friends, welcome to my home decor thrift haul. We've been having a lot of fun with these lately, and today it's going to be mostly things that we have found at estate sales recently, but it's going to be a lot of furniture. I'm actually going to take you into my garage, which I can't believe I'm doing, and it's not for the squeamish. We have a lot of furniture pieces because we got the flea market booth and we're real excited about that. It's at a place called Somewhere in Time. It's very close to my house. Definitely one of my favorite flea markets in this whole area. Very unique, a lot of farmhouse, cottage, just beautiful. If you ever have a chance to visit, I would highly recommend. You will enjoy shopping this flea market. So that is coming up in a couple of weeks. We're due to move in there, so we have to fill it. And it's a rather large booth, so I wanted some bigger furniture pieces and things that we could display our small items on, but also we'll have the furniture for sale in there too. So let's go in my garage and hopefully I don't trip on anything. And I'm gonna try to show you the bigger pieces that I have there. And then I will show you some of the small things that we've found also that may or may not stay at my house. So let's do it and have some fun. Okay, I don't even know what we're gonna see when we first open this door. Ah, I know, don't scream. It's all gonna be okay. And this is almost all going to be gone. First, I have some pictures and frames and different things I'm working on. Cute little stool that I've had for a long time, but it's going to go. I've got a lot of furniture pieces. I got this piece. Let me see if I can see the front of it. It's hard to see, but it is so pretty. It's solid wood, and I think I'm going to just give that a light sanding, and I'm gonna do a special technique on that, which I will show you. I found these couple of really neat lamps. They're definitely vintage, and those were $12 for the pair, and those will get a paint job and some new lampshades. And I don't know if I said I paid $25 on the dresser, and there was another dresser that's a pine, sort of a scrub pine look, and that one is going to get a chippy white finish with some apothecary pulls. And I found red. Some of you are going to be laughing because you know how I say that I don't use a lot of red, but these vintage oak game table chairs were just too good. These were at an estate sale, and they came with a table, which I'll show you in a minute. It's a round table, and I think, what are there, 6 chairs here? Yes. So those are just gonna get some furniture oil rubbed on them and be kept as is. Look at the nail head on that, really nice. We got the whole set for $80. And this china cabinet, we got this for, let me think about it a second. I think it was right around $80 also. But this, and I have all the drawers and everything. Some of them are just pulled out for when we moved it. But that is also gonna get a chippy white farmhouse finish for sure. It's got some laminate on it, so I'm gonna have to use a special primer. But I think that will get, this piece will just be so cute and get a whole new life. And let me back up without tripping, let's hope here. This piece is a Thomasville French country china cabinet. Like I said, we have the drawers. We had just taken them out to move. But it's got really a nice finish on it, and that's just gonna get cleaned up and put in the flea market booth as is. And we paid $125 on that. And it is a solid, gorgeous piece. And I could see that with, you know, if you have your chippy white or your white slip covered chairs, or even with a black table in chairs, it could mix with a lot of neat, either modern or farmhouse or cottage, or if you had something in a similar stain, it would be really beautiful. Now this one, I have already started sanding. I pulled this one out over the weekend and was already getting it down to the wood. This is a solid wood piece and I paid $12 for it. And it's one of these double layered tables. My mom, we had one of these in my house growing up my whole life. And it was my mom's, and she used it as a nightstand in later years in her little house that she lived in before she retired. I mean, when she retired. And I always was on the lookout for one. Here's the table, if we can get to it. And you can see the base. That belongs to those game table chairs. And you can see over there another little table that's upside down there. I think I paid $6 or $8 for that, and it is a solid wood. That will get a chippy white paint job. And then there's a little trunk. It's really hard to see. It looks like a trunk, but it pulls out, and it's really, really cute. And that was $14 at Goodwill, actually. And then I found more gorgeous old books. I know this is a terrible way to show you what I've got, but it's this or you're not probably going to see it for a while. And then I found some old ladders for, you know, few at $10, things like that. And look, more red. And this was at the same estate sale. And this is actually going to go in my house. And you can see the front of it here. It's kind of got the front on backwards. This was a marketplace find. And this is the top, and you can see it's sort of a scrubbed pine look, but it's quite yellow. It's really, really yellow, so I may do something to tone that down, but it's got all these great little drawers, like apothecary. I've wanted a big apothecary cabinet for the longest time. I love that it's got this opening here so that I could display some of all these gorgeous dishes I'm always finding, but then also has storage space up on top, and it is lighted up there. And then here's actually the front of the base. And you can see there's more small drawers that will just be beautiful once I work a little magic on this, hopefully. I actually have was going through the Joanna Gaines book. I think I don't know how many she has now. She's got an apothecary cabinet in there, and it's the look and the wood finish that I'm gonna try to go for on this big piece here. And it may take some experimentation, but that's going to be a little bit down the road because this one's going in my house and these other ones have to get ready to move on down. I have some other furniture pieces in the house that are going to go up to the booth also. And so you will see those eventually. And I am going to be going and painting and getting that space ready just as soon as possible. And I'll definitely video and keep you guys posted on that, because I know some of you are interested and it'll be fun to kind of do it together. Are you ready for the next part of our thrift haul, which is the smalls? Now, most of these things we found at estate sales over the last, I guess, 2 weekends. We went one time and didn't find much of anything, but then the second weekend we found quite a bit, and some of it was that furniture that I've already showed you. But I did find some small things, and just also going to a couple of thrift stores here and there. Nothing major, but so most of it's estate sales. So let's get started. The first thing I found was this cute little planter, and it just had a nice patina to it. It had a nice, it had the herb names on there, and you know I'm a sucker for the gardening stuff and anything green and the wood, and I'm sure it's not a real pricey piece or anything, but I paid $10 on that. And I thought it would be such a cute succulent planter, or actually put herbs in it, or the artificial herbs, or it would be cute in a home office to organize things. Just a lot of different options with that. And normally I wouldn't have paid $10 for it, but the cuteness factor was really good. So I went ahead and got that. I got these, which is kind of an unusual purchase for me, but they had these little doilies. I'm not really into doilies, but I thought it was so cute how they had one in between each one of these coasters. And these are just this real simple silver plate coaster, which I thought were pretty because I love all these marble coasters and beautiful quartz ones and stuff, but if they get dropped, if it's a busy room like my living room is and they get dropped, of course they're going to be broken. So I really like something that's pretty but that's not breakable. Now these will go in the booth. I paid $1 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for 6 of them. And I thought that they would be really cute if have you ever seen those metal stamping tools, which I do have some that have the letters, and you could spell out different things on that. So I thought that would be really cute. The next find, I did find quite a few pieces that I'm pretty sure are actual vintage. This one was $2.50, and you can see it's that sort of burnt orange kind of color. I think it's a pottery or ceramic type of piece. Let me see if it's got a mark. Yep, here's the mark. I'm not even gonna try to read it, but some of you may recognize it. I just love all your feedback when you tell me, oh, I know exactly what that is, and you know a little bit about it. But that burnt orange color, it's probably not a color that I have in my house, but I know a lot of people are using these sort of terracotta colors and stuff, and I do love that. With mixed in with a lot of plants, and so I think that will be a popular piece. And I said I paid $2.50 for that, I think. Now, would it be a free range cottage thrift haul without a basket? And I even have more baskets coming, but how cute is this? It hangs on the wall, and I paid $1 for it. And that rainbow colors on there. Of course, I'm always thinking of hanging a plant on the wall, but it would be good for so many different things, in a laundry room, a kitchen, a bathroom, for little hand towels, or there's just a lot of things you could do with it. So I thought it was super cute. Now you want to talk retro and vintage, which clearly is what I am, because these are from my era when I was a kid. These coffee cups, this was the color of our kitchen when I was growing up. My mom was an interior designer, and she did an accent wall of wallpaper, which is now so much back in. It wasn't for a long time, but ours had tulips, and I'm pretty sure they were the orange and the yellow or something like that, but there were definitely these colors in there. So I think there's 6 of them, and I paid just a few dollars. But I thought for somebody that's really wanting that touch of 70s sort of vintage, and also too, wouldn't this be cute if you had a travel trailer, camper, something like that, and you're trying to do it kind of retro? I thought, wow, that would be so cute. The next thing, well, we'll go ahead and just do more of the sort of 50s through 70s stuff. We'll go ahead and do the retro stuff because we found quite a few things at estate sales, and that's what I love. You will find those things at estate sales, and even older. And some of them are like sort of the personal history of the person that lived there, and it's so interesting to both Rob and I. I think that's probably why part of the reason we like to go to estate sales is partially for me is I'm kind of a history buff, and it's like living history. You get to kind of look through, maybe they worked for the railroad or something like that, and there's all these neat little artifacts. So the next thing I found was one of these vintage Thermoses. Again, I think this would probably be from the 70s. I feel like I would have taken a smaller version of this in my lunch to school, but I got this for 50 cents. And it's in really, really good condition. A lot of times my younger son, he said he's always looking at these at sales and stuff, and he said a lot of times they're just in real crummy condition. It's glass inside, it's not broken. There is some wear, but it's not super, worn off or scratched up or anything. So definitely a nice collectible, and I know the brown is probably not the most popular color. I know people like to get them in the reds and the greens and the blues and stuff. I see people put out collections of them at Christmas, or like when the cold season comes along. But the brown is neutral enough, and I think that's a fun find for 50 cents. I mean, my goodness. Okay, what's next? Going along the same lines. Well, I might as well go ahead and get into my vintage books. I really have been making the scores on the vintage books lately, and it's so fun. I got a Dwight D. Eisenhower. These were all between 50 cents and $1 at these estate sales. And this is just a really pretty color. Got a Catherine the Great, a little bit older. I haven't looked at all the published dates on all of these, but I know they are older. Reach back here and grab my other ones. This one, I absolutely love, the Winston Dictionary. Look at that. Now you know that is yummy. Right? That's got some good patina. How pretty on a shelf this way or upright, whatever. Using it. I mean, it's a dictionary. You're probably not going to be diving into it and reading, but what a gorgeous piece. This is a Christ in the Fine Arts. I thought that was interesting. But the color, beautiful, beautiful. Another black one. Just vintage, has the patina, nice pages. The Outline of History, H.G. Wells. This is a vintage one. Nice patina on that too, but also, you know, kind of collectible. And you had seen a little peek of these in the garage when we were looking at the furniture. This was a whole set of encyclopedias, which Rob had spotted and I had just totally not looked at. And I think there's 10 of them. And I want to say we paid $10 or $12 for them. But the reason I really liked them is we looked at the date and they're from 1919. And of course, I love the green color. Love that green. And you can see it's a little perfectly worn. A lighter green and a darker green. I mean, just really good, really good. Okay, so just going through a few more baskets that I found. In the booth, I was thinking on one end of the booth, I'm gonna kind of do boho and earthy and organic and even some retro. But so I wanted to do a basket wall if I could find some interesting baskets that we could hang up. I paid $1 for this one and thought it was really pretty colors. Has a bit of a vintage feel to it, but again, just a little more flat and able to hang. And then this one, I'm pretty sure I paid like 50 cents for this one. And I like the color on that one again. And this one is definitely a little bit older. It's got some really pretty coloring on it, but I thought these would be really nice on a basket wall. So I'm gonna keep collecting for that. A couple more sort of boho organic feel type of things are these dishes that I found. They don't have any kind of mark, but they're definitely a hand paint, ceramic or pottery, and a second one. And this is in a house that had a lot of vintage. So these feel kind of very vintage boho to me. And they go with all of my green and stuff. I don't think I can send these off. They're just, the color in them is just so, so pretty. And then this, I found at the last minute. A lot of times, like I said before, you have to look around and let your eyes take everything in. Well, we had come back to pick up a piece of furniture and this was still sitting there. And I was like, why hadn't I looked at that before? The glass on this is very thick. And that tarnished brass base, so pretty. I think I paid maybe $1 for it. Here's the bottom. I know for sure it wasn't over $2. And it's a nice size. And I thought it'd be a really pretty fruit bowl, or there's so many different things you could do with it for the kitchen or in your dining room or on your coffee table. Whatever, that green, I mean, you just can't really go wrong in the spring and summer, especially with all these beautiful greens. Now I'm kind of heading more the farmhouse direction or cottage, and I was happy to find some of those things too. It's funny because I like a lot of different decorating styles and I like the mix. I don't like anything to be all one style. I like a little bit of tension there in the decorating just to keep it interesting. The first thing I found, of course, this was in that place that had a lot of vintage pieces too. I don't know if these are or not It says Granny's Products Incorporated on them. So they may be reproduction, I'm not sure. Jar made in Italy. Now that I didn't see before. Nice, that's nice to see. It's interesting. And let's see if there's a Crawford China Company Incorporated is what it's saying on them. But I thought they were really pretty. This one says 1 quart and this one says 1 pint. I really hadn't even looked at them this close until just now. But I really love the shape of them, and I am always a sucker for a snap top jar. I just think they have such a farmhouse or cottage feel to them that I tend to grab them because I'll use them for everything from in the laundry room with clothespins or laundry detergent, and in the craft room to keep all the small things sorted, or of course in the kitchen, dining room, bathroom. I love putting, you know, my cotton balls and Q-tips and all those things in jars or in some other kind of containers just to look nicer, just to make it look pretty. This one is a really farmhouse piece. It's just, you know me and the crates. You can always find a spot for a crate. I think they go beautifully with white painted pieces of furniture. They go beautifully with, of course, plants in them or florals of any kind. This would be so gorgeous, full of hydrangeas or something. Can you imagine? So that was, I believe that was $5. This I actually got, it's a wicker, but it's metal. It's a metal wicker lamp. I did good on the lamps. I showed you a couple of other ones. Ooh, it's got dust on it. It's getting on my nose. That were in the garage. And this one I got for free. I actually got this free because I was at a thrift store and their computer cash register wasn't working, and I was kind of wandering around and waiting on it. I wasn't, you know, in a hurry or anything. And finally they got frustrated and said, just take it for free. It was this and another piece I'm about to show you. And of course I said, no, I can wait. And they said, no, really take it for free. Originally it was, they had priced it $5, but look at the wood on that. Isn't that pretty? I really think if I clean it up and just rub some wood conditioner oil on that and find the right lampshade, you can see the tarnished brass here. Very, very pretty. I think that's a beautiful piece. Nice lamp. Usually I like to get lamps and say side tables and things like that. I like to get them in pairs. But when I see something so unique like that, that could be a beautiful desk lamp, or just, it can stand on its own single, you know what I mean? It's got enough style to it that you don't have to have a set of them. Okay, and the other thing I got from that same thrift store that they said just take it is in this bag, and it's all wrapped up, and I'll start to show you here. Here is the spoon portion. Any idea what this might be? Not yet, probably. And a lid, and here's where this goes. And then let's see if I can get this out. And here's the base. So you can see it's not old. It's not iron. I don't think it's ironstone. Cordon bleu. Yeah, it's a newer piece. But it was going to be $4. But like I said, I got it for free. Let me put it together. Let me put it together. And there it is. I thought it was very pretty shape-wise. It has had a repair on the lid. You really can't even hardly see it. There was a crack on the lid. But that didn't stop me because I thought for $4 that I could put that in the booth at a really reasonable price. But now I got it for free. So I guess anything I get for it is profit. So that's even better. So that soup tureen. Then I found at the last minute again, this lamb's wool, and it's a long piece. You can see how long it is. Gosh, it's It's at least 36 inches long, a yard long. And I got it for $1. It looks like to me like it is the real lamb's wool. And I'll tell you why, because I've got this lamb's wool pillow cover that was from IKEA. And that was $35 just for the cover. And I paid $1 for this huge piece. So I thought that was a great bargain for my money. And I could turn this into a couple of throw pillows if I wanted to, but I think I'm just gonna wash it and get it really fluffy. And I'm just gonna use it as a layering piece, put it over a bench or a chair or side of the couch, whatever, because I really don't wanna cut it up. Going on to pillows. I do buy pillows when I find the down-filled pillows. And I also buy down-filled, the stuffings, what do you call them? The inserts at IKEA. I have also found them at Restoration Hardware. I found some on clearance one time, strangely enough. I never ever go in Restoration Hardware, hardly ever, because they're about 2 hours from here. And I happened to be in there one time and they were clearancing all their down pillow inserts for like $10 a piece. So I got a bunch of them then. But I bought these not because of the cover, but then once I brought them home, I kind of liked the cover for that retro mid-century, even boho vibe. So I will wash that cover and I will actually wash the down insert. If I don't wash them, my dryer has a sanitize cycle, and it gives it real high heat and steam, so it kills any kind of germs or whatever. I think I paid these were actually from Goodwill. I paid $3.93 a piece for these, and I got 2 of those. I found this really big one because I don't know if you'd seen in a previous thrift haul, I had found those blue and sort of burlap colored pillow shams, and I didn't have enough pillow forms to put in them, and they're the big ones. And this was, I believe, $8. But again, I got it home and I sort of liked that fabric again, the color, and it's kind of a linen texture. I'll have to get into this and look at the tag and see what kind of fabric that is to decide whether I would actually keep that or not. So the last thing that we found just recently was this goofy little shot glass. Rob thought it was so funny that he had to get it. It was $1.50. And it's got the different levels on it. And, you know, one is for chickens, for ladies, for men, for he-men, for hogs. And then that one says what it is if you get to the top. So he thought that was funny, but that'll go in the booth. But I do like the blue coloring on it. It kind of works with those pillows back there. So if you're setting up a cute little retro or boho area, this would be really cute. So that is it for today's haul. Just keep watching. I'm gonna do some furniture makeovers. I've really gotta be working. I'm gonna be in my paint clothes for 2 weeks. I can see it now. A lot of sanding and staining and painting and finishing in my future. But it's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna get that flea market booth. It's a little chaotic right now, but I'm gonna get over the hump, so just be patient with me. I'm gonna film as much as I can, and then we'll see how it all goes and turns out, and I'm excited to share all that with you. Thanks so much for subscribing and for all your comments. You guys, your comments make my day. It's so fun to meet like-minded people and share all my great finds with you and hear about some of the great vintage and thrifted items that you have in your home that make it cozy. And so I'm looking forward to a lot more of this kind of fun stuff. So we will talk to you next time and see you very soon.